I'm Josh.
I'm Banks,
This is Odd Places.
going viral.
Yes.
Josh, are you the grout of life?
No, I'm the tile. I'm the main part. I'm not the filler. Were you trying to paint me as the filler of life? Like just the grout? That's all grout is. It's just filler, isn't it?
Yeah. Any cracks? Cleans up the cracks, covers up the
Yeah.
cracks.
Yeah. I'd like to think I'm the tile. I'm the main feature. I'm
Uh,
the yeah,
that's of your own life.
correct.
All right. All right. Yeah. Uh,
Did you just remodel a bathroom? Is that why you thought of this?
no. A couple days ago, we dove into body parts and which ones would you get rid of?
Yeah.
And that made me think of that was really odd. I mean, that was like definitely odd. And I thought, I just got to go to odd places more often. So like the name of what we have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you say you're the tile. So if you're the tile, then you're also the block, correct? The cinder block,
The brick.
the
Yeah.
brick. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, why are you? Why you? I mean, because why? Because
Well, think about it. The brick and the tile, that's the main feature, right? That's the beauty part of it. That's the strength part of it. The grout is the filler. The grout is just there sometimes for decorative purposes. And so you don't get junk between the tiles, right? But it's just there for, you don't really need the grout if you can make perfect tiles. The problem is we can't make perfect tiles. So we need grout to kind of fill in the imperfections.
right, right,
I
right.
don't want to be a filler of imperfection. It's just not what I want to be.
All right, all right. So I look at myself as similar, actually, unlike what you look at it. How do you look at it? I look at me as I'm the glue of life. So I am the filler. I am the in between. Um, I connection is my goal. So glue is what I am.
All right. So if you're glue, what is the tile in your opinion? In your life, what is the tile? Other people?
Oh yeah, nature, other people. Um, my God, everything that I come in contact with, everything. Yeah, I'm a three-dimensional piece of glue. Um, yeah, and if
You're,
you look at it, if you
yeah.
look at the earth basically since the internet has happened, we've become this connective ball, and um, and the internet basically, I mean, it is also the glue. It is also the connection for everybody. You want to know something, you want to connect to somebody in Afghanistan, boom, you can do that. Um, on a personal level, I like to look at myself as that's what I am. So last night, I met this guy and this girl uh, at a restaurant slash bar, and this is the first person that I met. It's the first person that I've met that I've had a conversation with that I don't since the pandemic. And it was, and we were social distance, so they actually work there, so it wasn't like I was there for any other reason to socialize. And the connection that I had with them was great. I mean, I was like, ooh, I kind of miss this. I kind of miss meeting new, interesting people and just listening to them talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. I like to, I agree with that. That makes sense. And I think that's why we work so well together because you're like the glue in my tile or I'm the tile in your glue. This is like chocolate and peanut butter. It just goes so well together. And
And I need the,
we need glue, right? We need gluers and
yeah,
we need tilers or
right,
tile.
right. There was a comment that I heard, and I used to use it all the time, and that is, "Are you the scenery in your life? If your life is a movie, are you the scenery?" And that's basically a. It's not a compliment. It's the opposite of a compliment.
You're
If
the
you're the
tree.
scenery,
Like,
yeah. If you're the scenery in your life, you're not the main attraction. You're not the star of your own life movie. And I believe, I mean, using this as a metaphor, I believe that you are the star of your life. You are. I mean, as I grow older, I realize, okay, I'm a father, so I'm now I'm still the star of my own life, but I'm helping out.
Right.
Getting
And the question is, what is the starring role? Because sometimes the starring role is to be the glue, is to be the parent, is to give, give, give. And then later on in life, later on in the movie, the starring role, then the character matures and becomes, I don't want to say a taker, but becomes more balanced or it shifts, right? Their persona changes, and that's okay. As long as you're in
um
control, that's the key. As long as you're in control of that role.
okay, so let's delve into service then. Let's delve into like you kind of alluded to it. If your life is service, and that is, I mean, that you look at yourself as I look at myself as a glue, I look at myself as service, and this is what I do, then uh, I'm not I attempt not to take. I attempt to give, to service, to like, what do you need? Oh, Josh,
Right.
you need a new hat. Josh, you need a scarf. Whatever. What do you need? You need someone to listen to. What do you
Yeah.
need, Julie? You need someone to text you at least once a day, or whatever the case may be. The point I'm saying is, as service. I mean, Mother Teresa was a woman of service. I think Gandhi was a person of service. There are politicians who are there for the service.
A few of them,
Some.
yes. A
Okay,
few.
yeah. I think there's more than you think. There's more than you think. The point is, you do not take if you're servicing, do you?
If your role is to service, then you do
Mm-hmm.
not take. So you are the star, by the way. You are the star in your own movie because you're fulfilling the role that you want to fulfill. When you're the scenery is not just, the scenery is an abdication of the role. That's all the scenery is. When you abdicate the role and you say, I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do, then you become the tree or the fire hydrant or man number 4 at the bar, right? All these secondary and tertiary characters, you know,
Those are
guy
extras.
who fell on sidewalk or whatever. Exactly. You don't want to be an extra either.
Person in the background that walks the dog and has a 3 second, cameo. Um,
Yeah. The ones that sit at the table saying watermelon, watermelon, watermelon. You don't want to be those.
so, so what you're saying, if I hear you correctly, you're saying make choices, be bold.
Yes. I'm saying if your role is to be the glue, then be the glue. And don't be ashamed of it. Be proud of it. And if my goal is to be the tile and to crack every now and then my goal is my role is to be the tile and I'm gonna crack.
Now,
And
now,
that's okay.
now, the glue can also, I mean, you can be the cement, which is kind of like the glue. You can also be like shoe goo, which is a kind of glue that I use. There's grout. Grout is kind of like a glue, keeps them together, covers it up. Um, what other types? I mean, how can we differentiate between those? I mean, glue is specifically there to connect, to keep things together.
Fastened.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So I mean, to differentiate, to be specific, I tried to focus in on glue, connection, keep people together, create things that people come together, and then when they leave, they are more empowered than they were when they showed up.
Well, now wait a minute now. See, if the glue is strong enough, they never can leave. That's the whole idea. They're literally stuck. It depends on how permanent that bonding is. The bonding
Oh,
string, your glue.
wow. All right. So we're then my objective is to stick it, to have the memory of whatever happens be moving enough that you come back to it. You're still stuck to that memory. I mean, to keep people together. Oh, I think fear does that the most.
Yeah.
You instill fear, and they're all going to be like And instead
You know what happens when you know what happens when you pull things apart that were glued? A little piece of the one thing ends up on the other still because it gets stuck. And then one piece of that thing ends up on the other thing because it gets stuck. You never truly get rid of something you've been glued to. It stays with you. A piece of it always stays with you. And that's kind of like our human interactions, right? We're never the same.
right, except for if you're Teflon, you know, if you're
Yeah.
non-sticking pans.
Teflon Tim, if you're like Teflon Tim, obviously that's a whole different story. You're not your glue is of no power on Teflon Tim.
Right, right, right. Um, oh well. I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Place is going
Viral.
viral. Boom.